Smitten here, bringing you another Wi-Fi battle, and this one's against Vivian, one of the people from my chat, and she's one of the elite 4 in my league. And yeah, her team's mainly water types, and this was one of the times. I think this was her very first Wi-Fi battle and her very first team ever. So I think it was a pretty good battle, and this narration's a second take because the first time I kind of forgot to press record, so that was a fail. Okay, I start off with my Skarmory, set up the Stealth Rocks, 1 layer of spikes, and she uses Yawn from her Kingdra, and I switch out. She knows I'm gonna switch out, so she uses Dragon Dance. Switch out into Notori because it has spikes as well, so I could just get the extra layers off. But first she goes for Rain Dance, I go for Leech Seed because there aren't many recovery moves on Notori, so I just thought I would get that off. And I go for spikes and she uses Yawn again, so and again I helplessly have to switch out, so she uses another Dragon Dance. I switch into my Metagross, and its only purpose this time was just to use Explosion and get rid of the Kingdra because it's on +2 speed and attack, and if it's not taken out, it will sweep me. She goes for Waterfall, and unfortunately for me, she gets a flinch, and no way Metagross is going to survive another Waterfall at all, even at half health. So Metagross has just been useless, so it couldn't use Explosion. So I send out my I send out my Skarmory in again, and I was gonna use Whirlwind to get the Kingdra out, so it will just lose its +2, and it flinches me again. And this was without the rain, and even without the rain, there's no way of surviving this second waterfall, so I just leave Skarmory out there. Then I send out Notori, and it was Notori that stopped me from getting sweep. People usually just use it as a wall, and my intention was to use it as a wall and set up poke, but ended up helping me out a huge amount. She uses Rain Dance again to boost up the water moves, and I go for Power Whip and it misses. And at this point I was a bit upset because the double flinch and a miss, and on the next turn she uses Yawn and Power Whip misses again. And at this point I just knew I was gonna lose, and she goes for Dragon Dance thinking I was gonna switch, but I stay in and go for the Power Whip just to take it out because that Kingdra was getting annoying. And the Notori falls asleep. She sends out her Gyarados and the Intimidate, so now I'm on -1 attack, and she uses Earthquake trying to get me out of there. And I don't know why Steel Thorns didn't come into play, because Earthquake's a physical move and Steel Thorn didn't activate. So if anyone knows that, please put that in the comment section. She sets up with the Dragon Dance again. I wake up, go for the Leech Seed first because recovery is always important. And yeah, and she goes for Earthquake again, won't do much, and I just use Power Whip, and it nearly takes it out. But yeah, after the Leech Seed, it puts into red health, which is pretty good. Takes me down to 41 HP, but I still take it out using Power Whip, and yeah, Notori becomes really low on health, which is kind of bad, but I guess it sort of did its job. Stormy uses Psychic and no chance of surviving at all because it's a special wall. I send out my Sceptile, and there was a saving error, and that's why it's all question mark on his name. So I use Leaf Storm, just take out the Skarmy. She sends out Lapras, and I know the Ice Beam's gonna. Ice Beam's the biggest move on Lapras, so I switch out to Manaphy at the point when Manaphy wasn't hated as much as it's hated now. So I take the Ice Beam pretty well. I go for Tail Glow, +3, and I get she uses Confuse Ray, which is kind of bad because I usually have really bad luck with confusion. Next turn she uses yeah, I hit myself in confusion and she gets off the Toxic. So that's mainly Lapras's job. Just Confuse Ray, Toxic, and then switch out to a Sweeper, which she does. She switches out into her Milotic, and luckily I didn't hit myself in confusion again, and I use Energy Ball with a +3 special boost and take out the Milotic. And next she sends out her Swampert with yeah, it's her wall, and basically just a Toxic stall me out. She uses Protect, and luckily I snap out of confusion, which is kind of good for me. The Energy Ball is expected now, so she switches out into her Lapras, because but the Lapras comes in and dies from the entry hazard, which is kind of, I kind of found that funny. She sends out Swampert again, uses Protect just to try and kill me off with Toxic, but luckily with Leftovers I barely survive. Luckily Leftovers kicks in before the Toxic damage. I survive with just 33 HP, and she uses Protect again and it fails. I use Energy Ball and take it out. So that was a good game, and this was her first battle, so that's pretty good for her first battle anyway. So thanks for watching, guys, and comment, like, and subscribe if you like the video, and expect more to come, and that's all. Bye.